Happy May the 1st. We made it to a whole new month. Can you believe that? The world has not exploded. That it's like, it's okay. It's not doing bad at all. I'm quite proud of everybody. I truly am. Has anybody's heads fallen off yet? No? No? I don't think so. Good morning, Barry. Let me just do a good morning, world. Yeah, I can't believe we're in May already. It just feels like yesterday we were celebrating Christmas. Go figure. Go figure. Amazing. Amazing. Right, I suppose we better play some music. Hello. Good morning, Mr. Booker. I hope you're good. I hope you are weller than a well thing that won the prize for falling down a deep hole in the ground filled with water. You know, a well. There we are. We made it to May. Can you believe it? We are May. It's May. It's May Day. It's going to be May Day holiday on Monday, and it's Monday May time. And oh, my poor wee boy, he's woken up not right this morning. So welcome to me. Welcome to Radio Apocalypse Morning Coffee. If you are here for the first time, this is a completely informal stream. It is where basically I get up, I make a coffee, usually make porridge or something interesting, have breakfast while looking at the headlines in the papers. We also look out the window to see what the weather's like, because I don't care about the weather in other parts of the world. Just outside my house is what's important to me. And that is the important thing. Good morning, Roddick. You want to say hello? Say hello. Who's that? It's the Roddick. Oh, yeah. Yep, the Roddick is there. So what we're going to do this morning, we are going to get ourselves a big cup of coffee. Not as big as Barry's. Barry was showing me how big his one was last night on the stream. It was indeed. I'll do the dishes afterwards. So what I thought we were going to cook today, okay, is a noisy thing. I was going to cook a souffle omelette, which is, it will be noisy because it involves using a nice little whiskey whisk. What is a souffle omelette, I hear you ask? Nobody's asking. Nobody cares. My God. Right. What is a souffle omelette? A souffle omelette is where you separate the egg whites and the egg yolks, and you beat the living crap out of the egg whites until you get stiff peaks. You then mix a little bit of milk and a little bit of, all the egg yolks, and you fold that in to the actual thing, and then you cook it. And we're going to cook it on an oven sheet. Hold on, we need the lights. There we go. We're going to cook it on an oven sheet with a little bit of olive oil. See, I'm prepared already for that. I really am. Okay, but we're going to. Why are we doing it on this? Because, well, you'll see. You'll see. Because if we were to use a frying pan, let's get a frying pan down. If we were to use a frying pan, we have to contend with the souffle engulfing right up the sides. Okay, right up to the top, and then it's a very delicate thing. So trying to scoop it over is difficult. So what we do is we do like little omelets, little souffle omelets. We'll do like one and we'll do two. And then we can get right underneath with the big slice. Like, see this, look at this. This is a man slice. It's going to be an absolute disaster. I can see it going to be exceptionally messy. It's going to be a messy thing. Right. Yeah, I'm good, Matt Martin. It's nice to have you here. I like it when you pop in because you're one of the sort of people that I consider to be quite genuine in the world. You know, which is good. Right, let's have a look at the weather window. Then we will, then we'll do the papers and we'll cook last today. We'll do the cooking last because that's important. And I've already made coffee the RAB way this morning. But let us look out the window for the weather. Can we hear the birds? Look, see over there. Can we see that? That's a Dr. Dolittle poster. Wow, a bit of free advertising there. I expect, is it Disney that did that? I don't know. Whoever did that, I want some royalties for that. I want some money, okay? For advertising, yes. Right, looking east, you can see it's got a little bit of blue cloud. Where's my finger? Just there. Blue cloud, blue sky. Is it the clouds? I don't know. But then it's kind of greyish across the sky. Oh, there's a bit of blue. And no. It's looking pretty shit. Let's just say it's looking pretty shabby. Shabby. Is it windy? It is not. I'm sticking my head out the window. It's not windy. The windy bush, it was kind of like moving, but I just think that's air movement rather than a windy wind. And even when you look down there, we know that it's a slight bit of wind. Well, it's not wind. It's probably just a wisp again. A wisp of air movement going through everything. Yeah, I think that's what it is, without a doubt. We're looking at that there. Yep. Yep. There is. It's definitely. It's not a breeze in my face. There is no breeze, and it's not. It's not wet. It's good. Let's check the air quality. Yeah, the air's quality. It's amazing. Okay, this is going to be fun because we're going to have to do 2 transitions today because I'm going to be cooking last in the kitchen, which will be good. So we're going to do... Where's my coffee? God damn it. Where's my coffee? Now, who's the daddy mug? There's the daddy. Right. This is going to be fun. Fun. Sometimes, last time I did cooking after the papers, I did it live on Instagram. But I don't want to do it live on Instagram today. I want to do it, live with you guys, to be perfectly honest, on Facebook and the tube of yous. Right, we're going to put you down here because we will need to come back. Can't see me. Put in my shorts. You don't want to see my shorts. Right. This is going to be fun. How are we going to do this? We're going to get the headphones on first so we can hear the sound because we're going to keep you live there, but we're going to watch you here instead, right? So we're going to have to mute that mic, then we're going to have to go to the sound software and open that mic up. Oh, I can hear myself now. And then we're going to mute that. Unmute that mic. Yay! Oh my God. Hold on. We're going to get feedback. Hold on. Let's just see, do we get any feedback now? No, we don't. That is amazing. Wow. Right, well, what we'll do as well is we'll just put that under a cushion so it doesn't affect us in any way at all. Good morning, Mr. Roberto. I hope you're good. I hope you're well. And I hope everybody's well today. I do. We're in the 1st of May. It's a whole new month. Oh, do you know what? I can hear myself on the phone. I'm going to stick headphones in there. Hold on a second. No, it's okay. We will stick you further under the pillow. Oh, there we go. Now I can't hear myself. Bra. Right. Yes. Let us talk about May. May the 1st, we are in a whole new month. The world has not exploded. There is no zombies yet, much to my disappointment. I was really hoping during this lockdown that something would mutate and the dead would start to rise so I could go around smashing people's skulls in. Just people, not the zombies, just people, because there's a few people that need their skulls smashed in, to be perfectly honest. You all right, Roddick? Little baby boy woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning, and he was a bit grumpy. I think it's because his brothers and sisters are away back to their mums. He feels it when they're not here. But we're going to do things a little bit differently this morning, because I want to go and cook that omelette and actually eat it and show you, instead of making the porridge, having a few spoonfuls and going back to it. So we're going to do the papers first. Then we are going to go and move into doing the cooking of the souffle omelette. I've not decided whether it's just going to be a plain omelette or whether I'm going to grate some cheese with it, cook some onions with it. I don't know. Not decided. I'll think about that as I go along. So if I get distracted more than usual, it's because I'm thinking about gourmet omelette foodie goodness, okay? So we'll be going to that afterwards. So let us rush through the papers. The good thing is the papers today are absolute bollocks. They're a variation of the same sort of theme throughout the whole thing. And yeah, we'll go for that. Let's have a quick look at the chat, see who's in. Martin, we've said good morning to Roberto, and we also have said hello to Barry as well. The Morgan Riley show is here. Morgan, it's good to have you. I always like it when you're in as well. You're one of the sort of people that, you know, when you come on, it makes me feel warm and cozy that, you know, you guys are making the effort to come and say hello to me. It means a lot to me, an awful, awful lot. Right, let's look at the papyruses because, well, let's just face it. You know, that's what we're here for, apart from to listen to my dulcet tones. Dulcet tones. Dulcet, dulcet. Right, papers. Newspaper headlines is going to be the variation of a theme of a roadmap for lockdown exit as the UK passes virus peak. We will talk about that in a second or two. The Times, Britain's past peak of virus. We're going to come back to Captain Tom. Oh, Colonel Tom. Sorry, Colonel. The Times leads with the Prime Minister Boris Johnson's declaration yesterday that the UK is past the peak of the coronavirus. He has pledged to publish a roadmap out of the lockdown next week, covering the economy and getting people back to work and back to school. Yay! Back to school, kids. It was Mr. Johnson's first appearance at the Daily Downing Street briefing since recovering from COVID-19. A joyful Captain Tom Moore. He's not a captain anymore, Times. He's a colonel, for goodness sake. Wow, what a typo. Wow, see, wow. Captain Tom with his... He's got the Queen's Tinder picture there. You know, I wonder if he swiped on her. Maybe he's happy because he's going to go for a date on old Queenie. Martin knows all about that. Martin would with the Queen. He's said that before, haven't you, Martin? You have. You really, really, really have. I know you have because we had that conversation before. Right. So I got distracted by the chat there. Barry was being a flatterer. It's not like him. I was just looking, going, what? He's been charming. Holy crap. Anyway, yes, you are charming, Barry. I take it all back. We love you, man. We love you. Right. Okay, back to the papayers. Yeah, do you know something? Britain's past the peak of virus. Okay, that's just because, you know, there's less people contracting it. That's great. However, we need to be in a position where we can release the doors, people getting back to work in a sensible fashion. And do I believe that Boris can do that sensibly? Well, only time will tell. Anyway, let's go back to Colonel Tom and his Tinder picture of the Queen. He looks happy. Maybe the Queen swiped on him as well, and they're going out on a hot date, a Tinder date. You know what that means? It means... Yep. Oh my goodness, look at this. There's Colonel Tom again. Queen's special message to Hero. Why is it Captain Tom? I thought yesterday they were saying that they promoted him to Colonel. Well, anyway, let's go on. Oh, hold on. You know what this is, don't you? You know what this is. Here we go. Look at that picture of Boris. See him there? He's doing that thing. See that thing I've been talking about? Because politicians are not allowed to point their fingers. Okay, me, I'm not a politician. Okay, I will point my goddamn finger at whoever I please. Okay, they can grab it, snap it off if they don't like it. That's fine. That's their choice. And then that's a whole different ballgame if that happens. However, politicians, it's been found that it's a negative thing for them to point the finger as opposed to thumbing the people. That sounds dodgy. Thumbing, right? Nothing. Right, let's move on. Wow. Anyway, Boris Johnson. At last, we're past the peak of the virus. The Daily Express tops the headlines. The Daily Express's top headline expresses relief at the PM's comment, saying that Britain is at last past the peak of the virus. Like other papers, it features an evocative image of hero Captain Tom Moore celebrating his 100th birthday. Yawn. Look, it's just a theme. Battler for Britain. We can see sunlight. Oh, we're past the peak. That is a beautiful picture. Look at that. It's like a scene out of The Walking Dead without the dead or the walking. Though I'd like to walk across that field. Yeah, that's a beautiful rainbow. Stunning. Is that the Mirror? Stunning. Well done, Daily Mirror, for finding a perfect rainbow picture in your pile of stock pictures. We're past the peak. Right, so yeah, so basically you can see that the papers are all talking about us being past the peak. There was a very interesting thing on Double Down News that Roberto sent to me via Facebook last night, all about how the BBC and the media are kind of really in the government's pockets. And it's what I've been saying for a very long time on this particular show, that when you look at the papers in the morning on a daily basis and it's the same headlines, just slightly different wording, we're kind of getting washed over and over again with the same message, and we believe it. And it's only when you actually have a bit of critical thinking, it's only when you have a little bit of critical thinking do you consider that it's all nonsense. And I truly consider that it is mostly nonsense. You know, let me turn my camera a wee bit there. I knocked it earlier. There we go. A wee bit more, a wee bit more, a wee bit more, a wee bit more. Now you can see both my headphones with my Princess Leia head style. Good. So when you look at the papers like that and you think to yourself, you know, that's the same headline. Yeah, they're reporting the same thing. It's sensational. They're selling papers and adverts. They're making money. That's their job. That's their job. But there is no critical media outlet. Double Down News is really good. Go and Google them. They're really good. I think that I don't make the news or report the news. I just read the news and give you my opinions of the news. So you'll obviously get like my opinion and a bit of a rant sometimes if I get triggered, which, you know, you don't see journalists do. But, you know, it's a very good thing. It's a very good thing having a critical media, because they're what hold the government to account. They hold the government to account on behalf of the people. So if you've got like big conglomerate media organizations that are owned by people that benefit from political organizations, they're always going to be pushing the agenda of the political organization. You know, that's pretty much all of it. That's it in a nutshell. Anyway, let's finish up with the papers, because I'm thinking about cheesy omelette, actually. I think it's going to be a cheesy one. A Herbie one. We'll do a Herbie one. It's going to be Herbie. It's going to be Herbie. Don't want cheese in the morning. Right. So, yeah, it's all the same theme. Johnson pledges to reveal roadmap how to lock down. UK public will be told to wear face masks. That's new. I know that we were told last week that it would be okay, but just to cover our faces. You know, I don't think it's a bad thing wearing a mask. Is it going to save us all? No. Is it going to stop the spread of disease? Well, it stops you spreading it outwards. It might not stop it getting to you, right? Because it's not just about the wearing of a mask that keeps you safe. You're keeping others safe by wearing the mask. That's really what it boils down to. But listen to this, right? Your personal hygiene is vital. Your personal hygiene for yourself and your home is the two things that will make a massive difference to this. And that is continue to wash your hands, continue to hydrate, continue to socially distance. That's important, all right? That is absolutely vital, okay? But also wash your door handles twice a day. Wash all your surfaces where hands will touch, especially if you've had somebody like, for instance, I can't go shopping. I'm what they call shielding. Okay, I'm shielding and not allowing myself to go out there to do the things that normal people would do. Right? Everybody else is locked down. They're locked down and can go out shopping for vital things in the UK. I can't do even that. All right? But my wife does. And my mum will go out and do a bit of shopping as well. All right. So when my wife comes back from the shops, she immediately puts the shopping down, goes and washes her hands, and then gets changed out of her outdoor clothes into indoor clothes. Okay. When everybody's in bed at night time, okay, once everybody's gone to sleep, or once we know that nobody else is going to go in and out of the house, I go and wash with just hot soapy water. That's all it needs. The hand surfaces, the door handles, things like that. In case, my wife's come in or grandma's come in and has the virus on her fingers and has touched something. We don't want that, okay? And something, I don't have the virus, okay? Is that a direct result for that? Maybe, maybe not, but every little bit helps in the long run. Let's just face it. Okay, right. Right, you're sitting there laughing at my commentary. I can't help it. It's what I do, Morgan. I'm here to make you smile as best as I possibly can. That Walking Dead part just made me squeal laughing. Wow, I've never made anybody squeal in the stream before. There's always a first time for everything. That's very good. Right, back to the papayers because I really want to make omeletta. The Guardian, we are past the peak of the disease. Yes, we do. Oh my God, here we go. What has she done now? Vicky, what have you done, Victoria? Beckham reverses move to claim furlough cash. Oh, interesting. Right, so former Spice Girl Victoria Beckham reversing her decision to apply for public money to furlough 30 staff at her fashion label following criticism. It quotes a designer as saying her team's welfare means everything to me. If she was entitled to claim the money, that's cool. She's entitled to claim it. However, if she can afford to pay them, then pay them. It's her choice. If the boxes are all ticked to furlough and get a bit of cash from the government, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. If you were basically hiding all your stuff offshore, Vicky, all right, then you with your sly little eyes there, your little sneaky, glinty, reptilian, I'm going to get you, I'm going to fuck you up, I'm going to bite your head off. That's it, I'm Victoria Beckham. I'm wearing a shoulderless dress with a white bit over my cleavage and I'm going to eat you because that's what I do. I'm a spicy girl and I'm going to get spicy with you. Aye. Does anybody not understand my Scottish accent when I lapse into colloquial Edinburgh slangish nonsense there? I hope you understand me. I do. Right, good. Yeah, Victoria Beckham, I'm proud of you for doing that. I couldn't care less about the money, actually, to be perfectly honest, because we're all going to pay it back over the next 10 years, unless we stand up and have a revolution right now. Let's stand up, ladies and gentlemen. The revolution will be broadcast live. The revolution will be televised. Yes, it will. The revolution is coming. And you can take part in it at radioapocalypse.live/Discord. There you will find us in a community of rebels. Yes, indeed. I've had too much coffee this morning. I have indeed. What these a snake. There's a snake. Yeah, okay. Very good. Roddick, don't bite the balloon. You're going to get a fright if that pops. Okay? Okay? Good boy. He's going to bite a balloon. It's just not good enough. Right, let's finish the papers. I'm beginning to drool. I'm beginning to drool and dribble at, not a Victoria Beckham, at, who's that? Penny Pinch Posh Becks Down. It's going to be the Sun. Yeah. Wow. That is a proper Sun headline. If you don't know the Sun, if you don't, Martin, yes, let's do it. Let's have a rebellion. You and me, brother. Let's just go down the border with great big poleaxe handles. What was that? No. Pickaxe handles and batter the first person coming across the border. Okay, we'll just say that they're a zombie and we'll say we thought it was the zombie apocalypse. See if we can get away with it. Awesome. Okay, where were we? Yes, Penny Pinch Posh Becks Down. That's brilliant. It's Penny Pinch Posh Backs Down. Oh, yes, this is a Times reader. They've spelled that wrong. No, they've not, you moron. It's perfect. That's a perfect headline. The 335 million stars COVID U-turn. That is not what she was going to be. Is that what they were going to be claiming? I don't think that she would have been claiming that much. Surely not. I thought that was how much her fortune is. You know, if she was claiming that, I take it all back. Posh, you can take your public money stuff and shove it right up your shiny nostril. Absolutely. You know, that's just awful. Penny pinch, posh Bex. No, but I don't think that she's actually going for 335 million. Could be wrong. Don't really care. Don't really care. It's so out of my lifestyle anyway that it's just ridiculous. Unless, of course, I win the lottery tonight, and then I'll be rubbing shoulders with Posh every day. I'll just go for tennis games and stuff. Right, here we go. 48 hours. Oh, it's the Daily Rag, innit? Dear God. As you probably know and are thoroughly aware of, we absolutely hate the Daily Rag on this show. I have to wet my palate before I start ranting about the rag. I said yesterday that the rag is a paper that I wouldn't even use to replace toilet paper. You know something? I would rather use sandpaper. I would rather use my hand and not be able to wash it than... Actually, that's not true. That's disgusting. No. I still wouldn't use the Daily Rag. The Daily Mail is a paper which is so inconsistent, so up its own backside, okay, and so Tory that it's embarrassing. Even the Tories are embarrassed about how Tory this paper is. They're like, they try to distance themselves from the Daily Mail. It's like, wow, 48 hours after mail forces, mail force, 1 million PPP airlift, vital supplies reach care homes. The verdict of their heroic staff. Now we can care safely. Bum, bum, bum. And Boris gives us some hope too. Now we can care safely, and Boris gives us some hope too. The Daily Mail splash carries a third consecutive report on the work of its new charity mail force in getting protective kits to the frontline health and social care workers dealing with the coronavirus pandemic, this time focusing on British embattled care homes. Okay, right. I have not ranted about PPE for a good while. So here goes, okay? It's a damn shame that we have to have an organisation like the Daily Mail setting up a charity called Mail Force in order to get PPE from China. You know that? It's actually a disgrace, okay? It's an absolute joke that our government was not in even remotely 50% more prepared for this compared to, well, not being prepared, you know? It's a case of overconfidence and underpreparedness all over. It's that's going to go on all my merch. I'm going to make t-shirts that's going to have like hashtags in Russian so nobody knows what they're about, and also something that says you are overconfident and underprepared. I'm going to find a way to make that work, because as far as I'm concerned, okay, we live on a planet of abundance, okay? We are just not managing the resources properly. We're not managing because of these fictitious things called borders, okay? If we were just to take a step back collectively as an entire global civilization and say, wait a minute, how come that country's poor? How come those people over there have to walk miles to get water? How come you can't even write? Wait, now you can't read? How come we've got people in Scotland that don't even get proper food? It's Scotland. We're supposed to be a first world country. I mean, for goodness sake, people, you know, you've been brainwashed by the very things we're talking about, the media and the newspapers, okay, to be living this coffee shop lifestyle, okay, where everything is awesome. Everything is great when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome. Now salute the Queen. Okay? That's what the lifestyle that is peddled to you all right? And so many people actually fall for it and believe it and see it all. and they just walk around with their heads in the clouds, not having any form of critical thinking because it's not happening to them directly. If it's not happening in your backyard, why do you give a hoot? You can just go back home, make a cup of tea, sit down, watch Friends and Coronation Street. Yes, I did just quote the Lego movie in a rant. Somebody dared me to try and get that in, and I did it. It was one of my kids. My kid says, "Can you try and sneak a Lego movie quote into one of your streams?" Yes, I will, kids. I will do that. Okay, and if you have any other silly quotes that you want me to try and sneak into a stream and to make it relevant, okay, you have to join Discord and you have to send me a PM. I will play that game with everybody, so you can watch the stream and then you can see and laugh and know that it was you. Okay, everything is not awesome. Okay, I'm with you on that. It's just too perfect though. Yeah, okay, right. It is kind of too perfect. Okay, what do we have to work for, Martin? What do we have to work for in a world where everybody is clothed, everybody is educated, fed and housed? What do we have? Well, a generation of people will come and pass and the lazy people will die off. It will just take one generation beyond my children's generation for people to realize that if you are fed, housed, clothed, watered and educated, have free healthcare and don't have to worry about anything, what is there left to do? Better yourself and better the world. Okay, you can then go to university, go to college and be the next bestest plumber coming up with an idea. But instead of making money from that, you just make the world's lives better. You might come up with the most incredible bread recipe because you want to be a baker. And that's what you do. You do it for the love of the stuff instead of the financial gain. Well, what's the point? This is where it becomes foreign to people. Okay, it becomes foreign to people because they can't get past the I need to earn money to be able to buy shit. Well, you don't. Money's a fiction. It's a goddamn fiction. All right. If you can get past that and realize, okay, that you could go down to a shop. If this was a paradigm that we're living in, it's not utopia, but it's a paradigm where basically you go out and you might be doing a little bit of work in the bakery. You might not be, because most of the stuff that we do, okay, most of the stuff that we do can be automated. So then why do we need to have jobs? You know, why can't we just have the food being made, the farms being run, you know, the everything being done? This is what the Venus Project was all about on Monday. Go and watch it. You know, go to Google, to YouTube and go to the Venus Project and go and watch. It's an hour and a half long. The choice is ours. It's well worth it. Okay, it's not a utopian paradigm. Okay, but yeah, you're saying it's money. Let's take money out of the equation. What happens when you don't have money? Okay, is there chaos? Is there anarchy? Yeah, probably. You know, is there a power vacuum? What people are going to work for? Why do we need what we're going to work for, Mo? What are you going to work to better yourself? We're going to work to better society and civilization. You know, that's enough ranting. God, calm down. I've not had my medication this morning. Do you know that? Yes, that's where we are. We're in economic slavery. That's exactly right. Listen, I'm not going to talk. I could talk about that all day, and I could go totally Alex Jones ranting about it, start banging things and all the rest of it. But I'm not going to. I'm not a man that believes in conspiracy. I'm a man that believes asking questions, even if I don't have the answers, just to make other people have a little bit of critical thinking. I don't think that I've got all the answers. I just want to put different ways of thinking out there that you might think, well, that might be better. The Venus Project. Let's type that in here just now. Okay. The Venus Project. Okay. It is not a perfect system by a long shot. Okay. But it is a different way of thinking. And it's something that if we tried it or did it, well, at least we've tried it and it might work. Okay. Right, let's finish the papers and go and make a friggin' omelette, for God's sake. Right, where are we? Oh, I've not even brought the papers up. That's how exasperated I am. Right, Daily Star, cooking for the hounds. Star pause. ITV gets Corona Jungle jitters. ITV gets Corona Jungle jitters. Okay, very good. Don't care. I'm a celeb in Love Island facing the axe. Don't care. Really don't care. I don't think that I've ever watched a full episode of whatever that jungle show is with Ant and Dec, and I certainly haven't even watched the intro for Love Island. Just so you know, right? Just so you understand, okay? Those shows there, you watch them, and your IQ drops. All right, you are brought into a non-thinking zone of delta waves of bullshit entertainment that makes you think nothing. You just don't think. You sit there and go, what a loser. He's rubbish. Oh, look at that. He's eating a bug. And you don't care about the poor child that's just walked 10 miles that morning to go and get a bucket of water just to keep them alive in their own little house. You know, you don't care. Nobody does. That's what it's about. It's about maintaining the status quo. And we're not talking about rocking all over the world. That was another dare. Yes, I did it. Two. I did it, boys. I did it. I got 2 stupid quotes in the stream. Amazing. Yes, Love Island is garbage. I agree, Martin, completely. We have one last paper to look at, and that is the only reason I look at it, because I like the pretty colour of it. The Financial Times. Look at it. The Financial Times, let's bring up the semi-big thing, is the same colour as my book wall. See that? You could actually put a copy of the Financial Times up on that wall and you would just see the print. It would just disappear. It's well camouflaged. Anyway, what does the Financial Times actually say today? US stocks on brink of best month since 1987, despite of economic pain. Amazing. Johnson vows to reveal roadmap for exit for coronavirus lockdown. Blah, 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 blah. Paper's done. Happy days, happy days, happy days. Right, listen. Okay, this whole let's have a road plan for the lockdown stuff is wonderful. Okay, it's a good thing. I just want to point something out, Boris. Oh, look at that. We don't want to have 2 cameras on. That's the one that's under the pillow. There we go. Right. I just want to point something out, Boris. First of all, okay, we know your way of thinking. Well, I do, and we've kind of pointed that out with the speech that you did on the 3rd of February this year, where you thought that it would be better to have a strong economy than to save people's lives. Okay, so we know that you're a bit of a dick. All right. However, Scotland have kind of put their road plan out about a week and a half ago, right, just to ease off the people. And you're saying it's going to be next week. So, nice one, brother. You're a bit slow in the upkeep, but there we go. Right, now we're going to do the reverse of the technology. Okay, there we go. First of all, we will... Oh, hold on. We need to change the camera to this one. All right, cool. Then we need to... There we go. Right, we're back onto this camera now. Amazing. Right, okay. Right. I will be dashing backwards and forwards to the chat because I can't see the chat on this camera, but I have to come back and look at the chat here. And we're going to go and make a mess in the kitchen. And we're going to make a nice herby omelette. Right. Okay, so what do we have to make this omelette? It's dead easy. If you've not made omelettes before, you really just mix a little bit, a bit of the eggs, right, with a bit of milk, which is not in there yet, and then you cook it in a pan. But today, we're going to do something slightly different. We are going to make a hell of a noise and a hell of a mess. Okay, so first thing we need to do is we need to get the eggs. Tap them. Now, I don't tap them on this. You see me now? I don't tap them on the sides. I just crack them on one part. Okay, now watch this. See this? There's no bones about this. There's no mucking about to try and get the egg yolk out here. None of this slopping it about. Just get your fingers in, pull the bad boy out. See? It will come away quite happily. There is the egg yolk. Amazing, isn't it? And that just goes down into there. It's the quickest, chefiest thing in the world to do. You know that? It's like people be going, you're touching raw eggs. You wipe your own arse. Okay, you can wash your hands afterwards. I mean, really. Okay, so again, I don't tap the eggs on the side, I tap it on a flat surface. You're less likely to damage the yolk that way. The shells, away with them. Let's get the other bad boy out. Just scoop it up, let that come off a wee bit. Amazing. Right, so we now have 2 yolks and egg whites. Now we need to wash my hands. While I'm washing my hands, okay, if you don't have an electric whisk for this towel, if you don't have an electric whisk to fluff these up, it's going to take you ages, all right? And this becomes exceptionally noisy. What's my daughter done with the other whiskey thing? There it is. So because this is going to be really noisy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute the mic, right? Because I'll show you. Let's get it going. Double barreled. Actually, that's not too bad. I'm going to stop in a second or two. Can you please tell me if that noise is too much? Right? That is kind of loud. Let's go and see. Yes, it's kind of loud, isn't it? I will switch the mic off. Hold on. Let's have a quick look. Oh yeah, right. If that was too loud, all right, just tell me and I'll come back and check the chat in a second or two. Okay, I'm going to switch the microphone off just now because it will take about 4 minutes to get that to a peak, all right? But you can watch. We're going to set up the camera so you can watch this nonsense go. Right, can you see that there? No. Drop it down a bit more. There we go. Now you can see that there. There. Good. Right. Lights. Bit of light. Not too much light. Let's make it a little bit. There we go. Bro. Right, off with the mic. Okay, we'll be right back. We need to get this all peaky, okay? That is it. Look at that. Check this out, okay? We want just little peaks. We don't want it to be too peaky. Okay. If it turns out to be too peaky, it then doesn't mix properly with the egg yolks and the milk. All right. Yeah. Cooking with Mo, you better believe it. Listen, Morgan, I've posted a video, one of my sort of like content making things on the YouTube, which was, I don't know if you watched it. It was making like with mince. It was like it was something for the kids, and it was done for one of my wife's Russian lady friends, who also is a mum. That's kind of finding it difficult to inspire the kids with good foods just now. She looks after her autistic son, and she's just got a newborn as well, so it's all really tough for her. Right, okay, so next step. okay, in the wonderful world of a souffle omelette. Hang on. We will have to come back and give it another little blast of air in a second or two. Okay, so where are we? There we go. There we go. What do we do with the egg yolks? Right. Well, some people are all about measuring. Because I'm a chef by trade, I can look at measurements, but I know that in America they kind of use volume things, so it's easier to do a bit of volume than anything else. So I'm going to use 2 egg yolks, 2 egg whites, and half a cup of milk. This isn't a gourmet thing, right? This isn't gourmet in any manner or form. What's that? Something was floating in the milk. Let's see. Okay, now, this is the important thing when you're doing this, right? Season the egg yolks and the milk, right? Burst the egg yolks. There we go. Let's flip that round. So we're going to burst the egg yolks, right? Okay, we're not going to mix them right the way through just yet. And then whatever seasoning you want, I'm going to use garlic powder and I'm going to use oregano. All right. So this is because I'm not going to have, I'm not cooking onions or anything. I'm not adding cheese to this. I just want it to be herby and tasty. So I'm going for 1 heaped spoonful of oregano. Oh, that's herby. All right. Okay. And 1 little level, not even a level, probably half a level teaspoon of garlic powder. A good pinch, this is also important, ground black pepper, all right? Because you're wanting this to be as least lumpy as you can. You don't want like the weight of like thicker, coarsely ground pepper weighing down the egg whites. So just a pinch of that, and then where's my salt gone? Oh God, I can't find it. We'll get the salt in a minute. I'm also going to put a little pinch of mustard powder in there. Now this is important. When you handle the mustard powder, you do want to sprinkle that in. Hold on, you can't see me. Let's do the sprinkling. See? You want to sprinkle that in because sometimes mustard powder gets clumpy because it likes to absorb moisture. That's why it's important to keep the lid on it. You should actually keep that box inside another box as well. Okay, now what we're going to do, let's flip the camera around again so you can see. Hang on. I need to get my hands in the right place. It's like hugging the camera. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're just going to screw that, give me the whisk. We're going to whisk that up, okay, and then blend it as much as we can, okay, just to get it relatively all the same consistency. You don't want any of that clumpiness to be clumpy. That is that done, right? Let us check the chat in case there's any questions. See, we have to go backwards and forwards. I got something stuck onto my foot. Any questions so far? I'm looking at the chat. No questions. If you've got any questions, type them now, and I'll come back and answer them while it's cooking. All right? Good. Right. Nice one. This is fun. I like this shit. I really do. Right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our amazing egg white sort of thing. Now this, when you leave egg whites, okay, and they're not fully gone meringue on you, they will start to go back a little bit and separate. So you need to whip them up more. Again! Or you can do them last, so they're ready. We are done. Okay, so, wow, right, we need a spoon now. We need a metal spoon because we're going to use an age-old technique called folding, right? We're going to take all of this and we're just going to pour it down the side. Hang on. I'm going to pour it down the side. Okay. So it slips underneath the egg yolks, egg whites. See that? How it's underneath? Clever, huh? Right? You would think that I was a chef or something. Right, so folding. What is folding? Folding is where you take your spoon and you cut that and you fold it over, and you go in another direction and you fold it over, and you keep doing this folding thing. You're not whisking it, because what you're doing is you're maintaining the air content. If I was just to go and whisk that up, we would lose all that beautiful, look at it, it's stunning, this beautiful fluffiness. So you have to treat it gently. Look at this, gently. Oh, this is going to be friggin' amazing. Okay, so when you want it to try, you want to try and get it to be consistent and all the same color right the way through. This is going to be good. This is so delicate when you cook it. It is ridiculous. It has the potential of being an absolute disaster. So when you cook this, you have to cook it on an exceptionally hot pan, because if you cook it slowly, it's not going to work. Look at that. That's ready. Right, good. Okay, let's go and check to see if there's any questions, because when we start cooking, we ain't going to stop. Right, Roberto, what's the best dish you've made with chilies, Murray? Got a pack in the kitchen and don't really know what to do with them. You could do a chili omelette. Let me think about that. Okay, what type of chilies are they? Are they the jalapeno ones? Are they the bird's eye chilies? Are they ghost chilies? Oh, that all makes a difference. Right, let's move the light over to the cooker. We need to turn it up a little bit. Let's check out the light on the cooker. Can we see things? Can you see that okay? I think maybe would it be better over here? Be better. I can't have it there because that's going to get hot. But I can have it there. And is that okay? Hold on. Yeah. No, we need to have the camera over in the corner here so it doesn't do it. Right. Okay, so we will now set up the camera and do something. First of all, what I'm going to be doing, how I'm going to be cooking this, is I'm going to cook it on an oven tray. Don't do this if you've never done it before, right? Okay, because with a souffle omelette, if you're using a pan, right, you've got to contend with the lip of the pan, and trying to flip it is impossible. This is going to be a disaster. I can tell it's going to be a disaster. All right. So right now I have just put on the fire. The fire is on. Got my dirty cooker. I'm not washed it from last night. So, and the oven tray is there. Okay. We are going to wait until that oil separates. Okay. Right, there we go. We're starting to get little sparkies of oil already. So we want, it's a thin oven tray. Okay, this is going to be fun. Okay, let's get, oh, we're starting to smoke already. I'm taking it off because it's starting to smoke. I can't have it smoking. It'll set off the fire alarms. Right, okay. Okay, we are ready on the camera. Okay, that is the camera set for it. Good. Let's turn that down a little bit. We are going to just fold a little bit more of this so it's folded in a wee bit more. Okay, that's it. Folded in. We're going to take a bit of it and we're going to put it. We're going to just put it there just now, because I want to see if when the oil is actually hot enough. You'll be able to tell. Turn that light down because it was kind of a blinding. There we go. That's better. Right. So what we're looking for. There we go. That's us. We're ready. We're ready to go. We're ready to go. Let's get rid of that bit there. Okay. And we're going to pour. Yep, disaster. That didn't do that when I practiced it. You know what? Okay. We're just going to eat it. I don't think that was hot enough. That did not go that way last time. When I did this, I don't just do this first time off, you know. I've cooked souffle omelettes many times before, and I've cooked it once, not in a thing like this, but a flatter pan. That's called it's a pan for cooking pancakes in, right? and it's like got a very thin lip. It's got a lip as thin as the one that we're cooking with just now, the oven tray. It's exact same. It's the only pan that I don't have is the omelette pan, you know, and sorry, the pancake pan. And it's a royal pain in the neck not having this like this, because it then, we're fixing it, okay, it then, when I cooked it then, it went perfectly round. I think I poured it in too fast, you know, I think I poured it in far too fast. Let me turn the heat down, look, see? We're getting there, see? It just takes a little bit of love and care. A little bit of love and care. Okay. So the next kitchen gadget I'm going to get is a pancake pan. We're doing pancakes and omelettes. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to turn the heat down a bit, and we're going to put the pan over the top, because we want that to cook a little bit more. Turn the heat down a bit. We want it to kind of cook on the top a little bit as well. So yeah, that didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. Bird's eye chilies, right? Cool. More cooking streams on here, please. Yeah, I'm quite happy to do cooking streams. I'm going to do a crazy set of cooking streams on here, which will be good. Right, so that's cooking just now. That'll take about a minute or so, 2 minutes more to cook to get the top a little bit stronger for it all. Bird's eye chilies. Okay, let me think about that, Robert. I'll come back to you before we sit down and eat the omelette. So yeah, the next thing, you get these, you want to look up like pancake pans. They're basically like a frying pan, but the lip is like that thin, and they're perfect for doing souffle omelettes. All right, this is why I was wanting to do the souffle omelette on this particular thing here. Let's have a look at it now. Yeah, we're getting there. See, look, it's kind of like bolted up a wee bit more. Yes. And it's very delicate. It's so delicate. This is going to be a disaster in the making as well here. Just want to point out just now, I'm a trained professional, right? This is going to be tough for me. I've flipped these a good few times in my past, and there's only been maybe 4 or 5 times that it's flipped successfully without destroying itself. So let's give it a shot, okay? It's so much easier with the pan though. Okay, right, here we go. So let's get a little clothy cloth. You need to be very gentle with it around the edges. I want to get it right. We need to separate it. Now, see underneath here. Are we done? No, it's not ready at the bottom yet. It still needs a little bit more cooking. But it's getting there. I can feel it. I can feel it. See how it's see how we've got the kind of cooked edge there. We need that. Let's have a look. See, if we were to lift that up, you can see that it's, hang on, you can see that it's cooking underneath there, but it's not quite caramelized enough just yet. Okay, but we do have the daddy of them all. Oh, my other ones are down on the barbecue, damn it. Okay, you ready for this? This is going to be a disaster. You ready for this disaster? Okay, here we go. We did it. We flipped the souffle omelette. Look at it. It does not look attractive at all there. Need the pan. Need the pan. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to be clever here. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil here, like so. Right? And we're going to lift that up so it surrounds. We need to help it a little bit. We need to help it. Help that oil go round. help it go underneath. Okay, because we want that to help keep it fluid, keep it moving. Okay, keep it moving. Oh yeah. This is called a roadkill omelette. It looks like it's been thrown all over the place. Right, we're nearly done. Let's check underneath this part. Yeah, that's pretty much done. We don't want to overcook it. Okay. Off with the heat. Camera over by the plate. Right. Right. Now, souffle omelettes, they're always a bit lighter. This turned out to be a disaster. That's what happens when you kind of cook live, right? But it's delicious. Let's go and eat it. Let us go and eat this at the table. That's good. Hello, Roddick. Right, so without it looking like an absolute disaster, all right, what does it taste like? Well, let's season with a little bit of salt. Okay. Let's put the camera there so you don't see my dirty laundry, which is sitting over there. Okay. It's a lot lighter than a normal omelette. Okay, look, see? Where are we? You can see it's more fluffy than normal eggs. It's not as thin as an omelette, right? If we had the pan, okay, and I could have flipped it properly, it would have been even better, okay? The oregano and the garlic together is just perfect, right? It's one of the most simplest combinations of flavors. The pepper has a little, you have a little hint of the pepper right at the back of your palate. So it's not overpowering, it's not too garlicky, and you can still taste the texture of the eggs. Now, I have only one saliva gland and only have half a gullet for swallowing. So I've got to have juicy food. I've got to have food that's not really dry. This is all to do with like a cancerous tumor I had in my throat last year, okay? Which incidentally, I don't have cancer anymore. We did very aggressive treatment and it worked really well and it was wonderful and I survived it all. It's a nasty big thing. But chicken breast, you'd think that would be an easy thing for me to eat. No. One of my most favourite things, salmon. I can have smoked salmon because that's a little bit more oily, but cooked fillet of salmon, no good. But souffle omelettes, okay, they're not dry. They're very moist and they're very fluffy. And I can chew them and I can swallow them really easily, just glide down my throat. So I've got to be really choosy about what I eat and stuff, which is good. Right. Okay. Right. I read somewhere you have to eat souffle omelettes or pancakes right away on leaving the pan or they fold in on themselves. Yeah, you're kind of right there. You can get away with making a souffle and keeping that for a while, but they do tend to collapse if you don't cook them properly. Okay, with a souffle omelette, you want to try and get it as quick as you possibly can. Sometimes people will stick the top part underneath a salamander grill, and that's a really good way to do them as well. I don't have a salamander grill, so maybe when eventually we move house and have a bigger kitchen and do stuff. But yeah, that's us for the day then. That was a bit of a disaster the way that it turned out, but you know something, the food was delicious, and that's kind of what's important. Let's have a quick look at the old chit chat. Morgan, I promise you, I will do more cooking. I enjoy here's my laundry again. I enjoy the, hang on, there we go. I will do that way. Now you can't see my laundry. I'll promise you, I will do more cooking. When our technology upgrade goes in, we're just waiting for the go ahead. So Tech Barry can bring over the technology that will upgrade us. I have three webcams in total, and all I need to do is buy a couple of ridiculously long USB cables, have them plugged in to the computer, and then use Streamlabs as my dominant piece of software. And then I can have 3 cameras on the go in the kitchen at any one time. I actually live streamed cooking Christmas dinner and just Christmas just gone. And it was really good fun. I did it over 2 sessions that day. So go back and try and find it. I'll try and find it for you and maybe put the link in Discord. But that was good fun. It was kind of my infancy on cooking live. And the difference between cooking live or cooking content is cooking content you can prepare in advance, make it look slick, make it look cool. Cooking live, you will never look slick. You will never look cool. If something goes wrong, it's happening right in front of you, and you can't. It's unforgiving. It's impossible to rectify it. So even if I practice it, it's the elements of the day. The humidity in the kitchen could be slightly different and affect the actual texture of the eggs. It's all those things you have to take into consideration. But I adore cooking live. And having 3 cameras in the kitchen, one looking down on the cooker, one looking at me and one looking at the chopping board, works really well. And then I have one on the chopping board I can move around a little bit. So what I need is a studio master, which will be my son, and he will get to learn. We'll practice. He will get to learn the actual cameras, and so he can click between them all. And we're not just. It's a great setup because we can be looking at me and something else, and then me in a small window. It's a great setup. I did it all before. I'm going to go and find the link this morning and stick it in Discord for you. But yeah, that's us. We're done. Roberto, chilies. Go and get some beef, really good beef sausages. Okay, and cook them slowly in like a good sort of tomato sauce, and make a sausage chili casserole. Lots and lots of white onions, chunky white onions, and cook them in butter and olive oil slowly till they start to brown and go soft before you add it to like a nice basic tomato sauce. Don't buy a tin of tomato sauce. Okay, tomato puree. Okay, a couple of good tins of real chopped tomatoes. Okay, I tell you what, all right? I will ask my wife to go out and get those ingredients, and I will do a basic Napolini sauce as a video, right? And I will upload it to YouTube for you to watch, because you need to be able to do that. And if you like kidney beans, do that. But a sausage chili casserole is amazing. It's not like a normal chili, and you want to cut the sausages in irregular shapes, make it a bit rustic and different. And if you really want to go nuts, boil some potatoes and chuck them in at the end, because that's weird, right? But the onions are the important part. Lots of onions, caramelized to hell. Right. Would duck breast be easier for you to eat? No, I've tried duck breast as well, and that's very lean. And venison's also a bit too lean. I need to make a really crazy casserole with venison. All the fatty meat, like chicken thighs, fantastic. They're great. Even deep fried chicken breast in a batter is no good for me. Most fish are okay. It's weird. It's just my palate's totally changed now. There we go though. We've been on for an hour and 9 minutes this morning. I've broken my record for the morning stream. Listen, we are going to be back tonight at 10 o'clock with open mic night. Open mic night is where you guys can come on, have your say, talk about what's happened this week, talk about what's going on in your lives, talk about anything you please. Okay, we will stick to the same format, but if we go off on a tangent, that's cool. Okay, and if you go off on a tangent too far, I will just reel you back in. Okay, I'm also opening this up to anybody that plays a musical instrument. If you want to come on, it's open mic for a reason. You can come on, play a tune, sing a song. It's a relaxing way of starting the weekend after a stressful week of listening to me rant and rave about crazy news stuff. And then this weekend on Watch Party Weekend, go and watch Ready Player One. Okay, that is what we're watching as a community to discuss the ins and outs of it at the round table on Monday. Also, on the round table on Monday, we're going to be talking about crazy inventions that did happen in the world. Okay, so I've chosen mine. I think Barry's got a couple for himself. If you have a crazy invention you want us to talk about, then please get in touch. Drop it into the Discord, onto what's it called, the Watch Party Weekend part, and we'll have a look at it. And yeah, that'd be good. If you want to take part and talk about your invention, just get in touch. I'll send you the sneaky little key for coming on into the panel. I can have 5 people on at the same time, 6 if you include myself, and it'll be fun. It'll be good. So I'm going to go and finish my omelette now. Have a bit of cake as well, and it'll be good. I'm looking forward to tonight as well, Barry. It'll be good. It'll be good. Thank you, everybody, for coming today and joining me and watching my disastrous cookie bit. But it was delicious. Delicious. I'm sorry about the Russian cartoons in the background. Where is he? There he is, look. Watching his Russian cartoons. Wee boy. Wee boy. Okay. I'll see you tonight. Go and join our Discord. You know where it is. www.radioapocalypse.live/Discord. Tell your friends. We don't bite. We're good at that. Well, we don't bite too much. See you soon.
Привет! Привет, малыш!